Hey, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Yes, wrong person, wrong question.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob, he ghosting.
What the f is this motherfucker doing?
How much I appreciate Puff Daddy.
Do what the f I told you to do.
Girl, you won't believe what's going down with Diddy. Remember when he was on top of the world, living that champagne life? Well, honey, times have changed, and now he's singing a different tune from behind bars. The tea is piping hot, and it's all thanks to Diddy's fancy phone turning into the ultimate snitch. We're talking secrets spilling faster than a knocked over drink at the club. You ready to hear what the streets are saying about this fallen king?
This is allegedly a phone call from Diddy in prison, and wow.
Yo, listen, do not entertain none of this nonsense. None. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pieces.
What does that mean? I mean, he's clearly talking in code. All the leftover pizza boxes, no idea what that means.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Damn.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob.
Jay-Z?
Cause I'm in here.
It's all good, you about to get out on bail.
Check this out. I need you to reach out to the producer. No, there's a release date for that.
Alright, Bob.
Girl, remember when Diddy was all about the Cyrock and caviar? This man was living his best life, sipping on the finest bubbly and throwing parties that made the Gatsby look like a backyard BBQ. We're talking yachts bigger than your apartment, private jets for breakfast, runs, and more bling than a jewelry store window. Diddy was the king of excess, and everybody wanted a piece of that pie. But how the mighty have fallen. 1 minute he's on top of the world, the next he's trading in his designer suits for an orange jumpsuit. The arrest came out of nowhere, like a plot twist in one of those messy reality shows. Picture this, Diddy's chilling in his mansion, probably planning his next big move, when suddenly the feds come knocking, and they weren't there to party, if you know what I mean. The news hit the industry like a ton of bricks. Phones were blowing up faster than Diddy. Legal team trying to do damage control. Everyone from A-listers to D-listers was all up in there. Group chats, trying to figure out what went down. The streets were buzzing, and honey, the tea was scalding. You wouldn't believe how his celeb friends reacted. Some of them ghosted faster than your ex after you caught them cheating. Others were out here doing the most, trying to distance themselves like Diddy had the plague or something. But a few ride or die stood by him, probably hoping they weren't caught up in whatever mess he'd gotten into.
Everybody out there quiet as a motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
Dang. He's basically saying, we gonna have the last laugh. We're gonna start dropping names. We're gonna start dropping footage. I don't even know what that meant.
What about all these lawsuits though, Bob?
None of them people.
I'm gonna talk a new track this week. Everybody can hear my
You're not doing that shit. Y'all stay
hot like a rap though. You got attention right now.
man, just do what I told you to do. And don't forget about the list.
The
Make sure
list?
that shit's fine.
Wait, the list? That's allegedly a leaked prison call. I mean, a lot of it sounds like it's in code, especially about the pizza boxes, yada yada yada, the recycling. I don't know. I have no words. You guys believe in this? Real, fake, AI? I mean, AI is so powerful now. Things are out of control with that, so who knows? But there you guys go.
Now, let me tell you what really went down. The feds weren't playing games. They hit Diddy with some serious charges, talking about sex trafficking, sexual assault, and all kinds of illegal activities. It's like they opened Pandora's box, and all of Diddy's dirty secrets came tumbling out. Turns out, all that glitz and glamour was hiding some real dark stuff. The authorities had been building a case for months, gathering evidence like they were putting together the world's messiest puzzle, and when they finally made their move, it was like watching an empire crumble in real time. But here's the kicker, this arrest is just the tip of the iceberg, honey. The real tea is what they found on Diddy's phone. We're talking receipts, messages, and enough dirt to bury half of Hollywood. It's like that little device turned into a snitch, spilling all the secrets Diddy thought he'd taken to the grave. And let me tell you, this drama is far from over. Every day brings a new twist, another revelation that has us all clutching our pearls. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, and none of us can look away. The fall from grace is real, and Diddy's going from popping bottles to facing the gavel. So buckle up, because this ride is about to get even bumpier. The champagne's gone flat, the caviar's spoiled, and Diddy's learning that when you're at the top, the only way left to go is down. And chilly, he's falling harder than a drunk uncle at the family reunion. Stay tuned, because this tea is just starting to brew, and you know I'll be here to spill every last drop.
He has to do that, because no company wants to do business with somebody who is being accused, have allegations against them for sexual misconduct and deviant behavior. Nobody wants to do business with that. All the shareholders, it ain't nothing that he's giving up. They like, yo, listen, give me that. They said, they did a Diddy. Take that. You understand? They're gonna take that from him. The shareholders is gonna say, yo, listen to me. We all gonna pull out. No Diddy. But we all gonna pull out our shares and everything if you don't give up what you have in the company.
Did you see that video that went viral of Diddy pacing around the airport after his houses got raided?
I seen that video. And I seen that look in his face before. I seen that look in his face. You understand? When he was with the same gang, and Mike Owens, AKA Mike Cock, everybody could tell him, D. Ferg did a collection for him because he didn't know how he was going to pay his rent, and he didn't know how he was going to pay his rent, child support, and his car note, because he had one of those drop-top cabarets, Volkswagens. So Mike gave $5,000. I wasn't giving him nothing. I'm just telling you right now. D was just collecting money for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, we got to make sure, because he want to kill himself. He gonna kill himself. Diddy had that pace, and he had that look in his face that he know something may be wrong, or they may have something on him. Because they took things out of there. We may not have seen what they took, but they had bags and boxes of stuff that they took out of there. So he knows, he's getting a play-by-play of what's going on. And even back then, doing that City College, when he was fired from Uptown Records, he was making statements about doing himself. He had that same look in his face.
Yeah, he looked worried, man. I'm not gonna lie, for a split second, man, I felt bad for him. For a split second, but yeah.
Like, everybody, I get all kind of hate mail, IGs, talking about that I'm trying to take a black man down. No. I went through every step you supposed to go through when you got a problem, you got a situation, you got an issue with a man. You understand? I get in contact with him. Went to mutual friends.
Hold up. You think you've heard it all? Honey, we're just getting started. Remember, how did he always have that fancy phone glued to his hand? Well, turns out that bougie little gadget wasn't just for selfies and Twitter beefs. It's got more secrets than a confessional booth on Saturday night. The question is, are you ready for what it's about to spill? Let me break it down for you. When the feds came knocking, they weren't just after Diddy's designer clothes and bling. Nah, they had their eyes on something way more valuable, that shiny little phone of his. And girl, they hit the jackpot. That phone didn't just become evidence, it became the star witness in this whole messy situation. Now, I know what you're thinking. What could be so juicy on a phone that it's got the whole industry shook? Well, let me tell you, it's not just about some spicy texts or shady DMs. The streets are saying this phone is like a digital diary of all Diddy's dirty deeds. We're talking receipts, locations, timestamps, the kind of stuff that turns, he said, she said, into the phone don't lie. The rumors flying around are wilder than a night out with the Real Housewives. Some folks are whispering about secret recordings that could make even the most scandalous reality show look tame. Others are saying there's a whole contacts list of people who might be sweating bullets right now, wondering if their names are gonna come up. And the financial tea, it's hotter than a summer sidewalk. We're talking mysterious transactions, offshore accounts, and money moves that would make a Wall Street banker blush.
Let's sit down and talk. What you did to Wolf's mother wasn't right, bro. You don't talk to her like that. If Wolf was alive, he'd take your head off. You understand? Try to talk to him. People, when they start getting in this power, certain positions, have certain amount of money, they don't look back. Some of them don't look back and don't think they have to come back to the people that help them get to those positions. You understand? I don't care what nobody say. You understand? If somebody helps you and use their ability and their talents to help you get in position and get to certain places and do certain things, you come back. And you make sure things is all right. You don't disrespect people's mothers. You don't disrespect your friends that took their money to make sure you was all right when you was wrong, when you was messed up. You don't do that, brother. So by him doing the things that he did and taking the avenue that he took, he's suffering the consequence, and I don't feel bad for him at all. Because people was trying to talk to him. People was trying to tell him. You couldn't pull him by the coat and let him know anything. You understand? They messed up the game, brother. When he put that shit out with them, money, power, respect, it ain't never been like that. It ain't never been like that. You got your respect in the street that gave you your power, that brought you your money. Totally different thing. He let that money, power, and respect go to his head, but he had it ass backwards. So do I care what happened? Nah. He got enough money to buy his way out of this. So we think.
So when you look at that video of him pacing around and he's looking worried, and you knowing him, do you think it's possible that he might commit suicide?
When you're a narcissist, there's always a possibility because you're suffering. But I don't think that he can see himself in a cage. I don't think he can see himself behind those bars in those type of situations. It's too many real dudes that dislike him. But then again, there's a lot of real dudes that need help. And him being behind bars, he could probably help him.
This ain't just about Diddy anymore. This phone could be the key to unlocking a whole Pandora's box of celebrity secrets. It's like 6 degrees of separation, but make it scandalous. One name leads to another, and before you know it, half of Hollywood might be caught up in this mess. Now, let's talk about what this means for Diddy's case. Honey, it's a game changer. His lawyers are probably pulling their hair out trying to figure out how to spin this, because when your own phone is snitching on you, it's hard to play innocent. This little device could be the difference between Diddy walking free or trading in his designer suit for prison orange for a long, long time. But here's the gag: we haven't even gotten to the most shocking stuff yet. The tea that's been spilled so far, that's just the appetizer. The main course is still coming, and it's gonna be spicier than your grandma's secret hot sauce recipe. We're talking about revelations that could shake the entertainment industry to its core. Careers could end, empires could fall. And it's all because of one little phone that couldn't keep a secret. So what's the phone actually saying? Well, word on the street is that it's got some pretty damning evidence about those trafficking and assault allegations. We're talking dates, places, and names that match up with the victim's stories. It's like Diddy's phone was, keeping a diary of all the mess. And now that diary is being read out loud for the whole world to hear. But here's the thing, this is just the beginning. Every day, it seems like there's a new bombshell dropping. What else is hiding in that phone? Who else is gonna get dragged into this drama? And most importantly, how deep does this rabbit hole go? One thing's for sure, this ain't over by a long shot. So stay tuned, because the tea is still brewing, and you know, I'll be here to serve it up piping hot.
Claims that in 1997, Diddy raped him. I know it. He raped a grown-ass man. Yo, he was a bartender. He said, and I don't want people to think that I think that's funny, but the shit is funny. He said it's sad. He said that he was invited to a party and it was girls there, it was guys there. Things got freaky. You understand? He's a bartender. He said that he was drinking Jim Beam and Diddy brought him a drink over. And then Diddy told him, I put a little something extra in there. And he said, I'm sorry, man. He said he woke up butt naked with his thong gone. No, he didn't say, he didn't say that, bro. But he said he woke up and Diddy told him he had him. He said he went, he filed a report, but they threw it up under the cops swept it up under the rug and everything like that. So he was suing Diddy and everything like that. So he said that Diddy came to the jail and said that, hey, I'll give you $2.3 million or something like that, or 23. I don't know if it's 2.3 or $23 million to make this go away. We'll leave this alone the whole 9 yards. Just like I just said, he's trying to pay people off to make things go away, for them to drop their suits and everything like that. You know what I mean? And if he does that, they civil suit.
You thought that phone was spilling all the tea? Chili, that was just the appetizer. Now we're about to see which of Diddy's list buddies are true ride or dies and who's ghosting faster. Then you can say indictment, the streets are talking, and honey, some of these celeb reactions will have you clutching your pearls. Let's talk about Diddy's squad for a hot minute. This man had more famous friends than you could shake a diamond-encrusted stick at. We're talking A-listers, music moguls, and Hollywood royalty. His parties were like a who's who of the entertainment world. If you weren't on Diddy's guest list, you might as well have been invisible. But now that he's trading champagne flutes for plastic cups, it's like somebody hit the eject button on half his friend list. Loyalty in this industry? Girl, please. Some of these celebs are distancing themselves faster than you can say bad publicity. It's like they're playing a game of hot potato with Diddy's reputation, and nobody wants to get burned. Word on the street is that some of Diddy's closest pals are suddenly too busy to take his calls. Remember all those Instagram pics with arms around shoulders and captions about family? Well, those same folks are now acting like they barely know the man. It's giving new phone, who dis, energy, and it's not a good look. But here's where it gets really juicy. That phone of Diddy's is not just spilling tea about him. Some celebs are shaking in their Louboutins because their names might pop up too. We're talking about potential receipts for all sorts of scandalous behavior. Suddenly, everyone's trying to remember if they ever said anything stupid in a text to Diddy. It's like a game of Russian roulette, but with reputation-ruining revelations. Now, not everyone's jumping ship. A few brave souls are actually standing by their man. They're out here making statements, visiting him, and basically telling the world they're not afraid of a little controversy. It's got people wondering, are they just loyal friends, or do they know something we don't? Either way, it's a bold move in an industry where image is everything.